Hello there, YouTube. We are back with some more commentary for you guys. Joined by my brother and from another mother, the Highwayman.
You're about to say brother in Christ?
I was about to say brother in Christ. TJ.
Yeah,
but
I'm here.
We are kind of on a different, like the last set of videos we recorded were like early morning, like early afternoon, and we're like, holy crap, where are we? Now we're recording this in like the dead of night, like on the opposite end of the spectrum. So we've moved, we've migrated.
Yep.
But these matches were recorded over at Dean's Dugout. So for those of you in the Chicagoland area, check out their shop. They're in Naperville. Great mom and pop shop. We're there every Sunday at about 12:30 playing Digi. So if you want to join us, feel free. Also feel free to check out our socials, which are linked in the video description down below. In this particular matchup, we do have Gabe playing his Leomon deck on the left. I believe it may not even be Leo. It may actually be Leopard. We'll see. We'll double check. But it's of the green variant that Gabe's been cooking with. We've got Anthony playing his new and improved machine build. I don't believe we've caught his new variant, like purple variant, on the channel just yet. So should be an exciting one for those of you who've been like watching Anthony play as like the channel's progressed. This one's a really fast and really aggressive build, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. But you know, last piece of administrative business aside before we hop into the match, if you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel just yet, please feel free to do so. You know, we would really appreciate all the support. It means a lot to us and it does help the channel grow. So if you haven't hit that button, please feel free to do so. And without further ado, let's hop right into the round over here.
So
yeah,
I know you guys were just testing some stuff, so we got to see a little bit of it. This is definitely Leo, by the way. It looks like just from that hand. The purple base seems pretty cooked. I'm actually excited for when we get that on canvas.
It is very interesting, especially with the like idea of machine wanting to pitch cards from hand, set up their trash. Like
nope, this is purple.
Yeah,
this is
it's not something that people think about, but it actually makes a lot of sense, and it like actually is very scary when it pops off. So should be interesting to see. Pretty decent setup, I would say, from Gabe's perspective. You've got a rookie in the back. You've got training, which allows him to go ahead and play a Grappleo. Grappleo goes ahead and bottom decks the Raremon. So on top of speed, Anthony here has the Ukomon package as well, which is like absolutely, like, I don't think anybody would have thought like Uko machine goes together, but this man's found a way to make it work, which is crazy.
I don't know. I think it makes a lot of sense. I don't think it's the craziest thing. Like I don't know. I mean, Uko just works in any deck that doesn't have a solid rookie lineup. And Uko also is just such free aggression and memory. And especially with the purple base, it just works perfectly. So that way he can very quickly pitch cards. Yeah. So push up, he'll swing, do a check. It's a flashy boss punch. So
speaking of Uko though, BT-15 Uko versus this Uko, which one do you feel like, at least for the majority of the meta decks right now, which one do you feel like is better?
It all depends. I don't know. I don't think there's really one that's necessarily better. I think that they both just fit different roles in a deck. I mean, they're both fantastic cards. The newer one obviously does have the benefit. Like it's you know, it's different, right? Because the newer one, you evil for one, but it's better for consistency while still hatching an egg. This one's better for memory gain while hatching an egg. So I think like in my opinion, I think
scenario dependent.
Yeah, it's scenario dependent and deck dependent. And I think like the current Uko, like the promo Uko, I think is still probably, in my opinion, I feel like better in Red Hybrid than like the newer one is, because I feel like the extra memory makes a big difference. In my opinion, I don't know. I don't play Red Hybrid that much, but that's just, you know, the extra aggression, the extra memory can make the big difference in you being able to do your like Takuya plays and stuff. Like there's been so many times where I've seen like Jarrell or somebody else, like they'll just like you'll choke them to 1, they push up Uko, go to 2, and then they're able to use a BT-7 Takuya all of a sudden, right? Because that used to be how you kind of.
Gunther and Jarrell have both like absolutely cooked me.
Yeah. Like that was like one of the ways that you would like kind of stop Red Hybrid a little bit. You'd slow them down if they didn't have a member setter on board, is that you would just choke them to 1, because then BT-7 Takuya is just useless. You can't do anything with them unless they have to Grav Crush, right? Which at that point, just if they don't have game, it could be really risky that you just pass over a bunch of memory. Uko negates that.
Sure.
So, anyways.
But yeah, to summarize what's been going on, Gabe's been able to quickly establish a Leopard X on the board, get some early chip damage in, and Anthony's done the exact same with his Uko sort of like rush. But here we see him bring out a Chaosdramon using a, Blitz of the Heavy Mobile. So is able to kind of stack his sources, goes ahead and de-digivolves the Leopard, and is able to blitz blitz into the Graplio and pass his turn over at 7. Which is kind of scary with what Gabe, like with the training and how quickly Gabe can snowball. If he's seeing the right pieces, that can happen, but it sounds like, it looks like his hand is pretty, like,
he's a little gummed up.
Yeah. I didn't say it this time. I didn't say it this time.
What? Say it.
Bricked up.
We'll see him swing with the Leo. Yeah. The Leo's effect, because Anthony has a, I think it's level 6.
Or 6
what it looks for.
Yeah.
There's a 10 KDP or higher, something like that. I think it's level 6, but I'll double check real quick. But anyways, he's able to warp Evo up into a level 6 Digimon when attacking because of it.
Yeah.
Oh, if you take Digimon with higher DP than this Digimon.
So he's able to bot deck the Uko, go above the machine, and then now he's swinging with Leo to go into the Graplio, which hits I believe it's a Machinedramon.
Anthony just pitch off Analog Youth and evolve into a candle in the back, and just sort of looking through his hand right now to do what he's going to do. Just drop the EX1 machine. Load 5.
So he does have a redirect. I believe he has blocker, if I'm not mistaken, off of the Metal Greymon Inheritable as well. But Gabe's just got a lot of I think, wide board presence here, even if he's not got the most ideal hand. I think him establishing the Leopard X early helped him out a whole lot.
Yeah. Swing, unsuspend. Yeah, and then Anthony just swing through, because he knows he can't stop everything.
Yeah.
All right, game 2.
So quick game 1.
So it looks like Gabe's running like a Leo Leopard hybrid thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of combining the builds a little bit.
Interesting.
Which, I mean, I think there's some fun stuff you can do there.
It's probably go ahead.
It's probably more consistent than just straight up Leopard, just because Leopard's kind of issue is at least looks like how people have been playing it with like the Deva Leopard. It's it can be a little bit rough.
But for those of you who are curious about Gabe's Deva, or sort of like Deva build on the Leopard deck, feel free to check out his deck profile that's on the channel. I will link it in the video description below. It's been doing a decent amount of work. Like you said, I feel like this package is probably a little bit more consistent compared to the other one. But he's still been doing pretty well with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Evo into Candle in the back. Play out the Raremon.
Yeah. Get some early cycle in, which is never a bad thing. Does decide to push up. Go ahead, swing, and then go into Loader Leo for 2.
Yep, because of the reduction from one attacking effect. Well, minus 3k on the...
Oof, another analog. Goes ahead, slips the X-Antibody underneath, going into the Leopard X. Leopard X, when digivolving, he's able to play out another Loader Leo, because it is a 7 cost for free, and then bounces the gets the Raremon out of there.
Yeah.
So Anthony goes ahead and promotes the candle, goes ahead and swings. It does die, which allows an proc the Demi-Mera effect to draw one and pitch one.
No, it's a different one. That's the new one.
No,
so he
new
pitches
one.
a level 5 or higher, and he draws 2.
Yeah.
I think it's level 5 or higher, or it might be level 6.
That's so nasty.
It's really good for a machine.
And then goes ahead and just hard slams I believe it's the Gigadramon. 4-6 does choke Gabe to 1, so not a bad play.
No, not by any means.
But with Leopard's ability to bounce may be a bit short-lived. So yep, we just see a loader Leo come out again off of Leopard X's effect.
I wonder when we're gonna get an ace Machinedramon.
Don't give him more. Don't give him. Don't do this.
It'd be really. I mean,
I think it'd be really cool
nice
though. I think it'd be
really
cool.
For fucking considering like all the level 5s it runs, just like can sit on level 5s and then just puts. I think honestly it could give Machine a really good edge.
Yeah. So we see Anthony proc the Analog Man effect to gain a memory. Draw 1. Goes into Uko. He's looking at his trash right now, thinking about what his options are. He is in a spot where he kind of has to do something because he is down to 2 security. Gabe's starting to has like the potential to snowball next turn and really put him in a bad spot. So he's got to, I think, do a good job at controlling board state here.
Yeah, but he's got to be careful though too, because he'll get de-digivolved if he deletes the heavy Leo. So goes Chaos after doing a heavy mobile. He will load number of sources in. A Megadramon, Gigadramon, and another Megadramon.
I will say, like, this is a bit of a tangent, but like watching Anthony play, and like obviously we just play tested together right now, like I think it's crazy to see like how his mind works in terms of like how he sets his decks up. Like his decks are very, very toolboxy. He runs a lot of like 1 or 2 ofs. You rarely ever see him run like a full playset of anything, which obviously like fits into the mantra of what Machine wants to do. But like for me personally, like I could never do that. I would feel way too like unsure of myself running like a 1 of a card and be like, yeah, I'll see that when I need to see it. I'd be way too scared. I don't
It's
think
just
I
one
could
of
ever do
the
it.
sort of weirdnesses with Machine.
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of how it goes. So Gabe will push up the Leo here. Anthony does still have the Analog Man to redirect.
And he's been running the Miss Memory Boost as well, sort of just upping his trash engine, which honestly, again, has been doing a whole lot of good for him as well. Decides to redirect the swing here with the Analog Man, and then Gabe chooses to... Let's see what he's thinking here. He could choke to 1 by dropping the Sala, and decides to just choke, but drops the Terrier instead, which is fair.
So Uko won't gain the memory. He will get a memory off Analog though. You go into the Uko in the back. Okay, we go Chaos X here.
There we go.
Activate the 1 Digivolving effect. Gets blocker, can trash card. Yeah, just cleared board there.
Yeah, so he cleared the level 3 with the Megadramon, and then trashed the security with the Rapidmon, then goes ahead and swings with Uko. Big guy Livin, hitting an Electmon in security, and then drops a Mat.
Yep, and then he'll reboot.
So the tables have turned.
Yeah, well, Anthony definitely is a little bit spooky because he doesn't have any security. He's got blocker and a redirect. So it's a lot that Gabe needs to work through right here, and he's running low on security.
And, I mean, Anthony's threatening game next turn. Like, push up the Uko, he's got his 3 swings.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. Goes ahead and goes into the, or just not even goes into it, just hard slams the Bancho Leo, gets rid of the Uko that's on board, and passes turn. And whenever something gets suspended, Gabe can negate 4 KDP and a security check, I believe, on a Digimon. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I believe so.
So not a bad play, just to kind of stall out the turn, kind of force Anthony to do something about that. So he does decide to go ahead and swings with the Chaos X.
Let the check go through. He'll go ahead and use the effect to pop the Uko. Anthony will play out the Leomon, pitch a Metal Gray to draw 2, play another Analog Man.
Okay.
So you can go Metal Gray.
So at this point, just kind of going full out defense. Try to just stop Gabe from winning at this point.
So 2 blockers, 2 redirects. It is definitely a tight spot for Gabe to try and get out of here.
Yeah, because Anthony's got the third body ready to go in raising. All he's got to do is really push up. Bancho Leo will still be in effect though, correct? It's not just a win.
It's an all turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that your leg in the back there, in the back left by Gabe's hand?
I thought so. It might be. Because I feel like those are my soccer pants right there.
Yeah, those. Yeah. Sorry, invasive. I'm just wondering. Okay, so you can go Leo, which should have been for 3. I think you only went into it for 2.
Alright, so goes ahead and swings. Is kind of proccing off some of his effects here. Goes ahead and draws. And then I think he's debating going into, goes into the Grap Leo for 2.
Yeah.
And then Anthony here can choose to block or redirect, which looks like he's leaning towards just redirecting it. So it'll die. It does have Fortitude, which brings it back, and then just passes turn.
Yeah.
And then Anthony goes ahead and attempts to swing with the Chaos. And then goes ahead and swings with Metal Gray for game.
Yeah. Okay.
That wraps up game 2.
Yep.
So pretty quick, but I think at the same time, like very good back and forth. I think Anthony, obviously we've seen him on the channel plenty of times. He's very good at just responding, which is honestly what Machine does as a deck most of the time. I feel like it responds, and then when it wants to take over, it just takes the game by the scruff of its neck.
Yeah.
But this Leopard Leo is pretty interesting. It's not something I would like jump to right away. It makes sense when you think about it. I can see why it would work. But I feel like it's almost like caught in between 2 worlds at this point.
Yeah, I think Leo's just a deck that does better when it's just pure Leo. Which,
Leo.
I mean, admittedly, Gabe's list is pretty pure. It's just got a couple of Leopard in there. Kind of spice it up, but he is sort of struggling on pieces here and there, looks like. But we also see Anthony also struggling with pieces, looks like, too. Having to just try and drop some search.
And just decides to pass. He's a bit rough on his end. Gabe decides to go ahead and swing. Uses effect to go into the Loader Leo, which once again has Fortitude, which will allow it to play out again. He's thinking about it, and he does decide to commit to it. Goes into the Heavy Leo for 4. And it's just sort of like a threatening body for next turn.
Yeah, so that's a body that can do 2 checks pretty easily. Anthony just dropped something on the board, which looks like he's debating on doing the Supreme Connection play.
Ooh, a double
Opts
Supreme.
to not.
Does pick up the Drive or the Mega Drive. He does have a double Supreme Connection, which can be gas if he is to survive, but decides to crack 1, plays out the Cyber for reduced cost, and passes turn. Looks like he's just missing pieces. Can't really find what he's needing right now. So Gabe will go ahead and swing. Hits a Machine, which it lives to that. Goes ahead and swings again. Hits an Uko, which once again causes it to stay on board. Plays a Mimi and passes turn. So no more choking on his end. Anthony pushes the Uko up. Hatches and gains a memory. Goes into Chaos on top of Cyber, which allows him to kind of tuck some shenanigans in there. And he's just thinking about what he wants to do, but I think he's like thinking about sequencing it.
Yep, so goes Metal Gray, De-Digivolve, be able to swing over and through that boy.
Man, that Uko lives again. Or not, never mind.
No.
No,
Oh, no, it did, yeah, because it was the elect, yeah.
Big guy.
Did not pierce, it was just Uko swinging. I'm just stupid.
Is debating his next move, goes Miss Memory Boost, and passes turn. Gabe looks like he's just missing some pieces, so goes ahead and plays out the Salamon, picking up the Elecmon and the Leopardmon X. And then his next move is to just play out an Elecmon. Just kind of keep digging as best he can, which is rough. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what Anthony can cook with here.
Yeah, well, this is a lot of damage that's going to come in from Anthony this turn, without a doubt.
Yeah. Does he live again? Uko. Oh my god, this guy.
1k rookies are annoying. Gabu does die there, though.
This is not Ukomon. This is big Ukomon here.
I'm assuming Anthony's going to control board, So he swings over the Elec, which is smart.
Very classic Anthony
have to evo
move
for
right
more cost.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and use the Spring Connection to drop a machine, and then we'll go ahead and load 5 sources. We got, let's see, there's 2 Metal Graves.
Got the BT-8 Metal Grave for sure, which will let him to just like board control, just as you said.
Yep.
But he's so good at just...
He could have just swung at security and then just Metal Mame to pop the...
True.
Sala, but that's fine. So we see Gabe push up. Gabe knows he needs to make a play this turn, but this is hard. So we'll training, go Leo for free, draw. He does have a couple of Grap Leos and a Loader Leo.
God, that's such a rough spot to be in though right now. Especially with the analog man being out there right now is what makes it really tough, because you've got those multiple instances of redirect with only one body out on board. Like Leo is a deck that does allow itself to unsuspend and do stuff, but even then, like there's only so much it can do against that.
He's doing.
Yeah.
So he'll Flashy Boss Punch on the Castramon. Flashy Boss Punch also lets him swing with Leo. He'll be able to go ahead and Evo into a Heavy Leo off the one attacking effect. So he's able to do a little bit of board clear here.
Yeah, I mean that's honestly not a bad play. That's probably his best play that he could do at that point in time. The scary part is that you give Anthony 10 memory to work with, which if he's starting to see his stuff and with how much cycle he's doing, I wouldn't be surprised he can easily just go for it. So we see the Candlemon come up.
Wait, how did...
Okay.
How did he get rid of the Machinedramon?
I think he just
he Digivolved it. He Digivolved it, that's why.
Yeah. So we see the Gabu swing, hits a training, and then Anthony plays out another candle and passes turn.
Yeah, that's a very wide board.
Probably like the safe play here. So Gabe here decides to go into Elecmon in the back. And Leo, if I'm not mistaken, when attacking, he can bottom deck to 6k DP or less, right?
Yeah, if he doesn't, he unsuspends. So it's...
But then if he does, which is what Anthony has on board right now, he doesn't unsuspend, right?
Right, yeah.
Right. So
it's 4,000 or lower.
4,000. Right. So we'll go ahead and swing. He does have multiple redirects here, but he could potentially bottom deck something. Not that it super matters, but does decide to bottom deck the candle. And Anthony here will decide to... Okay.
Bottom decks that. Swings over the candle. And then we'll push up the Lek with the Mimi effect. We'll Evo into the EX5 Leomon. We could swing and bottom deck the Gabu. But he'll just have training and just Evo and bottom decking just choke Anthony to 1.
Which is not a bad play.
No, that's fine. It's a good play. It's just a matter of we gotta see what. So see the quartz here.
Not this guy again.
Yep, games 3 and then that's game. So it'll just trash and then yep.
I know that feeling all too well, Gabe. I know
Anthony
that
has learned the quartz plays very well. He's learned the quartz plays very well.
He uses it very well. I mean, and then again, like one of those things where like you look at it, it does make sense, right? Like getting your stuff out, getting bodies out, and with how, you know, a lot of decks this meta tend to wideboard or at least put out bodies, like quartz still has a lot of value. Yeah. And has a lot of ways to just close out games very quickly.
No, quartz is it's a good card. Always has been since its release, always will be as long as it goes into the future. I imagine I don't see why it would ever be bad unless we move back to like a pure stack format again.
Right. Which, you know, one of those cards that we did talk about in our previous video. If you want to check that out, the Digital Gate episode 5. The TJ Man and myself were talking about some cards to get for BT-16. So if you want to check it out, please feel free. Thank you all for tuning into this video. Nice little quick match, but I think a good kind of dialogue between Leo and Machine. A lot of good back and forth, and kind of still showcases that Machine's still here to stay. You know, still gonna do good things in the hands of a good pilot. So don't sleep on it. It'll be around. Especially for those of you prepping for regionals and whatnot coming up in the next couple months. Don't sleep on Machine. But yeah. Like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Please feel free to check out our socials down below. Thank you all for all the support. We really do appreciate it. And we'll catch you on that flippy flip. Bye-bye.
Yeah.